Introduction. Attraction isn't always about flashy looks or loud compliments. Sometimes it's about the quiet respect you command, the way people react to your presence, and the subtle signals women give without ever saying a word. Many men overlook the signs of their own appeal because society teaches us to expect validation in obvious ways. But the truth is, some of the strongest indicators of being a highly attractive man are hidden in plain sight. In this video, we'll uncover 7 powerful signs that you're more attractive than you realize, even if women aren't openly expressing it. From the way others compete for your attention to how women respond to your energy, these insights will help you recognize your silent influence and natural magnetism. 1. Women get nervous or shy around you. When a woman gets nervous or shy around you, it can actually be a subtle but powerful sign of attraction. Many people assume that confidence is the only indicator of interest, but the opposite can also hold deep meaning. Nervous behavior, such as fidgeting, avoiding prolonged eye contact, blushing, or stumbling over words, is often a biological response to heightened emotional arousal. In the context of attraction, this arousal stems from being in the presence of someone who makes her feel something she may not fully understand or be ready to express. When a woman sees you as high value or desirable, she may worry about how she's perceived, leading to a sudden drop in her usual confidence. Her nervousness isn't a sign of disinterest. It's a window into her vulnerability and desire to make a good impression. However, this behavior can easily be misinterpreted as aloofness or disinterest by men who aren't paying close attention. The key is emotional intelligence, learning to distinguish between a woman's defensive shyness and genuine discomfort. If her nervousness is paired with subtle signals like smiling, playing with her hair, laughing more than usual, or trying to stay near you even if she's quiet, then it's very likely that she is drawn to you. In such situations, a calm, grounded masculine energy helps. By being non-judgmental, friendly, and confident, but not forceful, you create a safe emotional space for her to open up. Patience is crucial here. Many women need time to move from tension to trust, and when they feel safe, that nervous energy gradually transforms into warmth and connection. Recognizing and responding to these cues with awareness gives you an edge in dating and relationships, and deepens your ability to connect with women on an authentic, emotionally mature level. 2. You get long, lingering looks. When someone gives you long, lingering looks, it's more than just casual eye contact. It's a powerful form of nonverbal communication that often reveals unspoken emotions. These types of looks suggest intense interest, curiosity, or even desire. In many cases, they're a clear sign of attraction. When someone maintains eye contact with you for longer than normal, especially without speaking, it indicates that they are mentally and emotionally focused on you. It's a silent way of saying, "I see you, I'm interested, and I want to know more." These looks go beyond politeness or friendliness. They reflect a deep engagement with your presence. From a psychological standpoint, lingering eye contact can create a moment of connection that feels intimate and personal, even if no words are exchanged. It triggers emotional responses in the brain, often linked to bonding and trust. In fact, studies have shown that mutual gazes activate parts of the brain associated with reward and social connection. This is why long looks can feel so intense. They're triggering unconscious emotional and psychological cues. However, it's important to read the context. Not every long look means attraction. Sometimes it could signal curiosity, confusion, or even judgment. But when combined with other subtle signs, like smiling, body orientation, or nervous gestures, it likely means that the person is drawn to you. Understanding this helps you become more aware of the energy you're giving off and receiving. By paying attention to these nonverbal cues, you develop emotional intelligence, improve your interpersonal skills, and respond more authentically in social situations. So the next time you notice someone giving you that long, lingering look, pause and reflect. It might be the beginning of a deeper, unspoken connection. 3. Other men act competitive around you. When other men act competitive around you, it's often a silent acknowledgement of the power or presence you naturally command. This behavior is rarely about direct conflict. It's more about subtle displays of dominance, status, or influence. Men tend to become competitive when they sense a threat to their social standing, confidence, or access to attention, especially in the presence of women or in environments where respect matters. If you notice men constantly trying to one-up you, interrupt you, boast about their achievements, or subtly undermine you, it's a sign they perceive you as a strong figure, someone worth competing with. This can stem from your appearance, posture, intelligence, calm demeanor, or the way others respond positively to you. The key lesson here is not to react emotionally or get drawn into ego battles. Instead, stay grounded and self-assured. Let your silence, composure, and consistent results speak louder than their noise. Competition among men isn't inherently negative. It's a reflection of the natural hierarchy that forms in male social dynamics. But the truly powerful man isn't the one who fights for attention. He's the one who doesn't need to. Recognize when someone's competitiveness stems from insecurity rather than genuine rivalry, and choose your responses wisely. By remaining calm and respectful, even when others aren't, you elevate yourself beyond the temporary power plays. In time, the men who once competed with you may begin to admire or even follow your example. True dominance is quiet, consistent, and unbothered. 4. People listen when you speak. When people truly listen when you speak, it's often not because of how loudly you talk, but because of the presence, clarity, and value you bring with your words. The ability to command attention in conversation stems from inner confidence, emotional intelligence, and the consistency of your character. When you speak with purpose, choosing words thoughtfully rather than aimlessly, you create an impact. People are drawn to those who speak less, but with intention. Every word becomes more meaningful, and silence becomes powerful. People listen to those who don't just talk to be heard, but who offer perspective, solutions, or sincerity. This doesn't require being the most educated or articulate person in the room. It requires authenticity. When your words align with your actions and your tone carries calm conviction rather than desperation for approval, others naturally take notice. Listening is also earned by how well you listen. When people feel seen, heard, and understood by you, they are more inclined to return the same energy. In leadership, relationships, or even casual interactions, being the kind of person who respects others' thoughts encourages mutual respect when it's your turn to speak. Also, people respond to emotion and storytelling more than facts alone. When you speak from lived experience with empathy or passion, your words resonate. Lastly, timing matters. Sometimes it's not what you say, but when you say it. Wisdom includes knowing when to speak up and when to stay silent. Those who master this balance naturally rise as voices of influence, not because they demand attention, but because they command it with presence, honesty, and purpose. In a world full of noise, people gravitate toward voices that make them feel, think, or grow, and that's the kind of voice worth cultivating. 5. Women initiate contact or conversation. When a woman initiates contact or conversation, it often signals genuine interest, comfort, or curiosity. This seemingly simple action can carry deep psychological meaning, especially in social and romantic dynamics, where women are typically more cautious about making the first move due to societal norms. When she texts first, starts a conversation, or finds reasons to talk to you, whether it's in person or digitally, it reflects a sense of emotional safety and personal investment. She's stepping outside the passive role often expected of her, signaling that she values a connection enough to take initiative. This is a subtle but powerful indicator of attraction, respect, or admiration. However, it's essential not to misinterpret all communication as romantic interest. Some women initiate conversations to seek friendship, express gratitude, or engage in professional dialogue. The context, tone, and frequency matter. If she reaches out consistently, remembers small details, and seems genuinely enthusiastic, those are strong signs of deeper interest. In contrast, short one-word responses or polite small talk may just reflect social courtesy. Men should recognize this behavior as a sign of empowerment and emotional honesty. In a culture that often discourages women from being forward, initiating contact is not just about interest. It's about confidence and intentionality. If you value the connection, respond with appreciation and clarity. Show attentiveness, but avoid assuming too much too soon. Ultimately, when a woman starts a conversation, she's giving you a chance to connect, to understand her better, and possibly to build something meaningful. Respect that effort, match her energy, and allow the dynamic to unfold naturally. 6. You're frequently complimented on your vibe or energy. When people frequently compliment you on your vibe or energy, it's a powerful and subtle sign that you're projecting something deeper than physical appearance. You're radiating an inner confidence, peace, or charisma that draws others in naturally. While compliments on looks are often surface level and momentary, praise for your energy reflects how people feel around you. It's a reflection of the invisible yet impactful force you emit. Your emotional state, mindset, attitude, and presence combined. This lesson is important because in a world where people are often distracted, overstimulated, or emotionally guarded, being someone who shifts the atmosphere of a room, just by being there, is rare and magnetic. When others consistently say things like, "You have a great vibe," "Your energy is so calming," or "I just like being around you," they're responding to your emotional frequency. Your vibe can be high or low, and it usually mirrors your inner world, your thoughts, self-worth, boundaries, and emotional regulation. High-vibe individuals tend to be grounded, authentic, optimistic without being fake, and emotionally present. They make others feel safe, seen, or uplifted, not because they try to, but because that's who they are internally. This lesson reminds us that working on your internal state, your peace, purpose, confidence, and emotional clarity, has more real-world impact than trying to impress externally. It encourages self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and intentional living. Instead of trying to manipulate how people see you, focus on how you carry yourself when no one's watching. Your habits, self-talk, values, and how you handle adversity all shape your vibe. That's why truly magnetic people often don't chase attention. It finds them. They've done the quiet work, healed their wounds, embraced their flaws, and stepped into their worth. When you embody this energy, people can feel it even if they can't explain it. Compliments on your vibe often come from those who subconsciously crave the peace or strength you radiate. They may not know why they like being around you, but they just do. It's not about being loud or dominant. It's about being aligned. This teaches you to prioritize internal growth over superficial validation. Learn to protect your energy. Don't let toxic environments, people, or habits drain you. Be intentional about what you consume mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Elevate your standards. The better your relationship with yourself, the better your energy becomes. Your vibe becomes a silent resume, a form of communication that speaks volumes without needing words. In a chaotic world, your calm becomes rare. In a superficial world, your authenticity becomes irresistible. And in a guarded world, your openness becomes healing. So, if people are telling you they're drawn to your energy, take it as a sign you're doing something right. Keep nurturing that. Your energy is your real currency, and when it's aligned, you don't have to seek validation. It will naturally find you. That is a deeper reward of living with integrity, intention, and inner strength. 7. You're remembered, even after a short interaction. Many people underestimate the power and impact of brief encounters, believing that only long-standing relationships or repeated interactions leave lasting impressions. But in truth, even a short moment, just a few minutes of genuine connection, can leave an indelible mark on someone's memory. Whether it's a kind smile, a thoughtful comment, or a sincere compliment, small acts and fleeting moments often become deeply memorable. In a world filled with distractions, people tend to remember those who make them feel seen, heard, and valued. You might never realize it, but a single gesture of kindness or presence can ripple through someone's life long after the moment has passed. This truth carries an important lesson. Your energy, words, and demeanor always matter, no matter how brief the encounter. Humans are emotional creatures, and we're wired to remember how others make us feel. That's why even the shortest conversations can stay lodged in someone's heart for years. A person may forget your name, but they won't forget how you made them feel in that moment. This is especially true during times of vulnerability, when someone is going through hardship, stress, or uncertainty. In such moments, a single kind word or act of compassion can be remembered forever. The value of your presence doesn't require grand gestures. Sometimes being present, listening attentively, or offering a small word of encouragement is more powerful than you realize. People long for authenticity, and when they experience it, even momentarily, it stands out amid the noise of superficial interactions. This idea also speaks to the responsibility we carry in our daily encounters. Even when we're in a rush, frustrated, or distracted, we're still shaping someone's perception of humanity. You never know when a casual conversation with a stranger, a moment of laughter, or even a brief word of advice will stay with someone. That single moment might inspire courage, restore faith, or simply bring unexpected joy. This applies to all walks of life, from a barista who smiles sincerely to the teacher who offers an encouraging word, or the stranger who helps you when you're lost. Each of us carries the potential to be unforgettable in the best way, even if we never see the person again. So, live with a quiet awareness that your actions ripple outward. Speak with intention. Look people in the eyes. Offer kindness without expecting recognition. You never know whose life you're touching, even in passing. These small moments form the emotional fabric of our lives, and they matter more than we often realize. In the end, being remembered isn't about being extraordinary in the traditional sense. It's about being genuinely human, kind, mindful, and present, even for a moment. That's what people carry with them. That's the legacy you leave behind every day. And though you may never know it, you're remembered, sometimes forever, for something you thought was just a small act in a passing moment.